fans, welcome back to my channel, Jordan vs. LeBron. Now, we've heard a lot about Pippen, the defensive player. Let's see, the rebounder, average rebound. He wasn't like no big time. Pretty much a defender. That's what we heard about Scottie Pippen, and if it wasn't for Pippen, Jordan, he would still be stuck in the first round today. And if it wasn't for Pippen, Jordan couldn't win those 7 championships. Pippen did all the work in the 6 finals runs. I like those numbers and that little graphic they put up. And it look, that's going to get debunked. I put up a graphic in one of those debate rooms. They would not touch it. Remember, all we've been hearing about is Pippen carried Jordan in 6 finals runs. Why is it 6 finals runs? So you're just going to disqualify Pippen's work and Jordan's work throughout their whole playoff careers together? That don't count? In the regular season too? They started both in 87, 88 season together. So you're going to start that in 1991 until 98? And we really can't even trust those numbers. I mean, they might have been throwing Pippen's regular season numbers up there in his playoff numbers when Jordan was retired. And then when Jordan came back with a couple of games to go in 95, they might have been throwing them numbers in there. So you can't really trust these people. All I know is I went back and looked at those numbers from 87, 88 all the way until 98 when they played together. Now, I didn't count the seasons when Jordan was out. I didn't count those. So what I found was the whole thing is a lie. The whole thing is a lie. And, we're going to post those numbers pretty soon in another video. And if you want to take those numbers and you want to refute them, let me know, because you got to go look at the stats. You can't just say that's wrong. I went and looked at the stats out of NBA history books, and they're there. So let's look at the bad Pippen, because everybody will tell you that Pippen's career started in 87 and 88 when he got Jordan over the hump. And then suddenly he just disappears. What about that same year when they had to play the Pistons after he got Jordan over the hump? What did he do? And so 87, 88, he came in for the first round, and then he disappeared until 1991. He came back in 1991, and, he won those 6 championships. Thanks to him rebounding and defending and doing all this stuff, what Jordan did, none of it mattered. So he should have won all these MVPs and finals MVPs for defending, right? So let's get into this. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Pippen, the Jordan savior. 87, 88, Pippen arrives. Rookie season, bench player, 7.9 points per game. Woo! Well, I'm not even hating, because nobody knew who this guy was. He was coming out of Central Arkansas. They saw some potential in him. So 7.9 points a game, 8 points, whatever. You can't really hate on that. He was on the bench. The playoffs, they let him start. That's how bad the Bulls team was. All they needed was some defense. They saw this guy could not score. He was trash. He couldn't shoot. Okay, but they let this guy start after he put up 8 points per game in the season. They let him start. In those playoffs, he averaged 10 points per game. So you're telling me that got Jordan over the hump? So go back and watch my video. It's only a couple videos before this. Pippen saves Jordan's legacy. And we just have fun with this one. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. You know what it's about, but we get so deep into this thing. It's just, man, LeBron fans, come on now. 88, 89 season, Pippen puts up 14 points per game. It's not groundbreaking, but, he went up because he was starting. That same season in the playoffs, 13 points per game. Hold on, wait. You regressed of what you was putting up for the regular season? So let's go back to 87, 88, where he beat the Cavs and got Jordan over the hump. Okay? Go back and watch that video, please. You're just going to be shocked. He scores in that second round against the bad boy Pistons 9 points per game. This guy poops his pants. Remember, he gets Jordan over the hump with his 10 points per game to the second round, and then 9 points per game. Wow. So, again, in the 89 playoffs, he doesn't do any better because they face the bad boy Pistons again, and he poops his pants again. 1990. This is all before the championship years. 1990 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7 against the Pistons. 2 points, 1 for 10 field goals, 10% field goal percentage. Boy, where's Pippen at? Where's Pippen at against the Pistons? 1991 Pippen, no All-Star selection. So Jordan has to play again. Well, let me give this guy credit. He did make the All-Star team in 1990. 91, he regressed. He didn't make the All-Star team. That year, Jordan, the only All-Star, beat Barkley, Ewing, who else? The Bad Boy Pistons with Joe Dumars, Rodman, Isaiah Thomas. Then he beat Worthy and Magic as the only All-Star teammate on his team. He didn't play nobody, so let's keep going. Pippen, no All-Star selection in 98. So Jordan had to win the title again at 35 with no All-Star teammate. They didn't play nobody. Who was he supposed to play when he don't even have a guy on his team that was All-Star level? Oh, he had this Hall of Famer. That's a career achievement. That doesn't mean you was an All-Star level every year. So let's keep going. We got Pippen. No, yeah, not also 98. Pippen only 6 points in the closeout game. My fault, 8 points in Game 6 closeout game. Wow, could you imagine? Could you imagine LeBron? Pippen 7-time All-Star versus Bosh 11-time All-Star. And then we go down here. Pippen, no MVPs, no Finals MVP, no scoring title, no Defensive Player of the Year, no steals titles. No, he did have a steal title. That's not right. No regular season game winner, no playoff game winner, no Finals game winner. Never outscored Jordan in a playoff series or final series. Pippen has less All-Star appearances than Wade, Bosh, Kyrie, AD, and Allen. And I can bet you the majority of these guys that Jordan played against, like, like the Lakers, like Utah, these type of guys, a lot of these guys got more All-Star appearances than Pippen. So basically, Pippen was just a defender. And we got videos coming up on that we're going to show. He was basically a defender. He was a poor shooter. At times, he could be an average or a good shooter, but basically for his career, he was not a good shooter. So this is the LeBron hype boy savior of Jordan. And I like I said, I advise you to go watch the Pippen saves Jordan's legacy video, because nobody's putting out that kind of information. It's a joke. I know most of us know it's a joke, but until you like see it in detail, I mean, LeBron should be ashamed for his crew lying like that. So, comment, like. I want to hear your thoughts. Look at this rundown. I mean, Michael Jordan had all this help from Pippen. Okay, I mean, this. Oh boy.